guys, welcome back to Lou's Beauty Closet. If you're new, welcome. I'm Lou. I post weekly beauty, lifestyle and luxury videos. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell next to it so you get notified with every upload. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm coming at you with a quick review of the new Mecca Max Beauty Cream Palette. Mecca Maxima, the major beauty retailer / department store for Australia, have their own makeup line, and it's called Mecca Max, and they released an eyeshadow palette called the Beauty Cream Palette. Really pretty, and I've got it here to show you guys. So we'll do a review. I'll give you the lowdown on the palette. I'll show you how I did this look with my face and with my eyes and my face. I used it on my eyes as blush and as highlight, and I'll be showing you guys some swatches, and then we'll come back with some final thoughts on what I thought about the palette. Quick lowdown, this is what it looks like. I'll be doing close-ups. It is a 30-gram palette. It has 15 shades and they are described as shimmering pigments. You can of course buy this online at Mecca Maya and Mecca Maxima. It does retail for 38 Australian dollars. It has got a large mirror about the same size as the palette. It's like a plastic sort of acrylic kind of case. It has got a hinge, but already just with me using it, the hinge is becoming a bit flimsy. Usage instructions, they did say to use with primed eyelids, but as you'll see in the demo, I didn't. I kind of wanted to see how it would perform on its own. The shadows are 2 grams each, and they are quite big pan sizes, as you guys can see. The pans are quite big, and I will show you in the demo as well. Alright, so I'll show you guys how I got this look now. Just looking at this beauty of a palette, and I'm just figuring out what shades we're going to do. So I'm going to use it as my eyeshadow, and I'm also going to use it as my blush highlighter. I'm thinking this shade here, I'm thinking second row, I don't know. So first row, first shade, I'm thinking for highlight, and also second row, second to last shade, I'm thinking highlight blush along those lines, or either of those two for highlight. I'm thinking last row, second to last shade for blush, and I'm thinking these two on my eyes. So we'll just have a play and see how we go. Because they're shimmers, it's going to be interesting to see what they look like in our crease. Just trying to get the colour of the palette to show up. pretty, definitely pretty. I'm getting more of the shimmer than I am the colour. Like when I first put it on, I get the nice pink. Just gonna see how I get the nice pink. And it looks like it's got a bit of a shift actually. But then once I blend it out, you have a shimmer. And the thing is, if I have a palette this big, I'm gonna want to use it all by itself without having to pull from other palettes. So we'll see, because I don't put shimmers in my crease, but we'll see how we go. Next, I'm going to take my Goss brush number 19, Hooded Eyes, and I'm going to go into this purple shade next to the one I used. Just going to go into my crease. I think this will be really pretty for things like halo eyes, cut creases, but you would have to pull from other palettes though. Like it's pretty, it's just that there's no definition. I got a bit more colour from that shade, so I'm happy with that. Just gonna pick up my old brush, I'm just running it in my colour switch, and then I'm just gonna blend the two of those a little bit. Now I'm picking up my MAC 242, just a flat domed brush, and I'm going into, I changed my mind, I'm going to go into this one. I'm just going to put that on the actual lid. Now that's pretty. Ooh. I'm just going to take my Rain Goss brush again, nothing on it. And I'm just blending where these two meet. I try and do this with my eyes open as well because of my little hoodie. Alright, next I'm going to actually take the 242 again, and I'm taking the last shade in the palette on the last row. This mirror doesn't want to stay open, it's actually really frustrating. I can see the hinges breaking. I'll place that. Ooh, that's pretty. Placing that on my outer part of my lid, and I'm just doing it in a pattern. And then I'm going to take my E40, and I'm just going to blend that a tiny bit. I'm probably going to take concealer and clean up again as well. So actually it's quite nice. You're going to take I'm going to take this shade here, and we're going to pop that on our inner corner. I don't know where I threw my pencil brush, I'm just going to use this brush again really lightly, and I'm just going to go under my under eye. We'll go for the purple shade we initially used on our lid, which was this shade here. And we're going to just run that lightly on our lower lash line. Alright, I'm going to replicate the same thing on my left eye, pop mascara on, and I'll come back to you with blush and highlight. Right, time for blush and highlight. You can get a fan brush in there. The pan size is actually big enough, so let's try with the fan. So I'm just going to dip. Just going to dip with my fan, tapping off excess because this looks a bit crazy, and we're just going to go for it. So that looks pretty. That's really pretty. It's like a nice yellow gold. So I'm just going to leave it like that. You guys know I like putting some on my nose, bridge. And I go ham with Cupid's bow because I go over it with lipstick anyway. So it looks a bit crazy. And I'm just going to really blend that nose. Just a smidge because we look a bit too lit. Got my Sigma F46, just an angled blush brush, and I can actually get the brush in the pan, so it's really good pan sizes. I can stick the blush in there, so I'm going to go into that copper shade. We're going to go really, really light. As you can see, I'm gleaming on my nose, so I'm just going to go into this shade here, I'm just going to tap off the excess and we're going to blush. And it literally looks like we've just got a highlighter explosion on our face. Oh my goodness, it's like, it's literally just lit up all the texture on my skin. I'm not really getting much copper vibes from it. Alright, we're gonna have to do the same thing on the other side. I might actually go into the pink, the purple that we put in our crease. I might actually use that shade because this copper is just reading as gold on my skin. I mean, they are marbled and there is a yellow gold undertone, but I think if you're way lighter than me, you're probably gonna get the true color. It's just the gold coming through on my skin, and place that on top. So already I'm getting more of a blush. Don't know if that's picking up. A lot more of a blush from this purple. And I mean, I know that glitter is going to enhance texture, but I'm just trying to test out their claim that you can use it as an eye palette, as a blush palette, and as a highlighter palette. And it's a bit hard when every single thing has shimmer in it. Pretty, but I could see myself pulling from another palette to really make it work. If they had some mattes in this palette, I think it would have been I definitely wouldn't go out with this kind of glitter on my face though. I think it's a bit much. I'm just gonna run the brush I used for bronzer like on top of this. I'm just gonna run it on top just to even that out. Alright, so this is the finished look. I have to say I am quite liking the eyes as the more I look at it, but I definitely would have loved to have worked some more mattes into this. For my face, the highlight really worked well on the cheeks, but as blush I'd say probably not for my skin tone, but definitely as an eyeshadow slash highlighter palette I can definitely see it working. Just some claims that the palette has. This is directly from Mecca's site, what it says. So it says it's for eyes and face for a spotlight savvy glow. It says that they are blendable pigments that can be used as eyeshadow, blush or highlighter, as I tried to use, and they describe it as a next level palette. Now, I don't know how we're going to quantify those claims, but they're basically saying that it's multi-purpose use, so although it is marketed as an eyeshadow palette, you can use it for your face and as blush, as highlight, which I did use, so that was cool. I do appreciate the size of the pan, and it's next level for me. I would say, you know, what's next level? But I think they're just saying it's just a pretty awesome palette. And saying for a spotlight savvy glow, I think we can agree that there is a bit of a glow going on. So we did, the consensus is that it is a glow for this palette. Alright, value for money, what we really want to know. The palette is massive, as you can see. This is the size of my hand and this is the palette. It does retail for 38 Australian dollars. That works out to be about $2.53 per shadow. So each shadow you're paying $2.53 for, which I don't know what eyeshadow you're going to buy for that price. The cost per gram in Australian dollars is $1.27, which is fantastic. Cost per gram, cost per shadow. Has a 12-month shelf life. It is quite a large palette. It's got a large mirror, like I said, so I think for traveling it's going to be fantastic when you just open it or even use it on your vanity, that you can use it as an all-in-one. So just my final thoughts, I do like the size of the palette. Like I said, I like that the pan sizes are massive. I could get all my brushes in. So even though with all other eyeshadow palettes, sometimes you do use them on your face or use them as highlight, I did appreciate that they were big enough to get brushes into. I did like the some of the duochrome shades. The shade I used for the highlight initially I really liked. Some of the shades I used on my eyes I ended up really liking, and the shade that I did put on my as a transition shade has got like a nice duochrome shift. It is really pretty to look at, and that helps. It's aesthetically pleasing. Packaging wise, it's okay quality for the price. I can't really complain, to be honest, but it is a little bit flimsy, and the hinges on the mirror, it's already it's not staying up by itself. It's already, I mean, when I first opened it, it was, but with just opening it, it's just, you can see that it's just flipping back by itself. But again, for the price, I'm not too concerned. It is made in China. It's up to you if that bothers you or not. I think it's cruelty free. I'm pretty sure Mecca stuff is cruelty free, but if otherwise, I will put it in the link. I'll put it in down below in the description box if that's not the case. I think For me, I think the value for money is there. I think they do meet their claims, other than saying next level palette, because there are plenty of multi-purpose palettes that I think are nicer, but then again, for this price point, it's really good. So I think if you're a beginner, if you don't mind if you don't mind an all shimmer palette, that's cool. I will say I think I would have appreciated it if they put a few shimmers, a few mattes in there rather, just so that you can use it more as an all-in-one. Because I think in future, if I was to make more looks with this palette, I would have to reach for some mattes. I think to really be versatile and to make a cohesive palette, we could have done with some matte. But I think as literally just a shimmer palette, this will be really nice when you do want to do some glam makeup and you're doing like a cut crease and you've got all your mattes, everything down there, but you want to put like a really nice poppy kind of shimmer. I think this is what this is going to be great for. So I think it's going to be really good to accent. I think traveling or in day-to-day use, it'll be nice as a complementary palette rather than a solo palette. But I think for $38 you cannot go wrong. Jump on it on the Mecca website. I think they're still available online, or see down your local store if you can grab it. If you're a beginner and you just want to play with some shimmers or glitters, you want a really inexpensive palette to do so, I think this is great. If you want a eyeshadow palette and a highlight palette, that's pretty versatile, something you can use on your eyes and your face, I think that's fantastic. So technically you're getting 2 uses out of 1 shade. I'd say it is definitely a hit. Like I said, if you don't mind reaching for another palette to complement it, that's okay. If you're looking for an all-in-one, maybe this isn't the one for you, but I think at $38, I don't think you can go wrong. So I'd say go pick this up, have a try for yourself and have a play. I am thinking of doing a little series where I do 4 looks with 1 palette, so comment below if you're interested in that, if you'd like to see me do a few more looks with this. But if you don't mind, I will have to be reaching for some other palettes with some match just to make it work. But let me know if you'd be interested in that too, because that'd be fun to do. But you know, it's a cool little palette here. So Mecca, I think you guys did a good job. Just next time please, or even if you release an all matte palette to complement this, that'd be awesome. But thanks guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. That concludes the end of today's video. I hope you found it useful. Be sure to comment and say hi, and also subscribe, click the bell next to it for more posts like this, and I'll see you on the next video. Click here to subscribe, click here to catch my last video, and click here for more from Loose Beauty Closet. Until next time guys.